All aboard the Inland Empire Express. 10:50 a.m. Leaving no listeners behind. KCAA.
Welcome to Money Talk. I'm Jesse Torres.
And I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez.
All right, Aaron, it is Wednesday. It's 4 p.m. You know what that means.
That means Money Talk. I can learn how to make money and go out and do it.
That's right. That's right. So we've got a great hour planned for ourselves and for our listeners today. We're going to be talking quite a bit about digital and content. We're also going to be talking about small business and supplier diversity and what small business owners can do to sort of get a piece of the pie, if you will. As you know, the big corporations, they have these diversity requirements, the need to go out and bring folks, bring subcontractors, bring others within their companies to sort of from different backgrounds to share in the wealth in a sense.
And what a great location to take diversity from.
Right, Los
Angeles is the most diverse location I can ever think of, so that shouldn't even be hard for businesses. But I'm sure there are challenges on how they can incorporate that properly, right?
Yeah, and so we're going to have small business consultant Cindy Galdian speaking with us about what small business owners can do to get access to some of those contracts and get into those businesses, into those companies to be able to provide some services. We're also going to be speaking with Miles Dinsmore, and he's the CEO of Modus Operandi, which is a digital advertising company. And so we're going to be talking a little bit about what it is that they do, why it's so important, and what small business owners can sort of start doing now, whether they're big or whether they're small, how they can sort of begin to incorporate a digital marketing, digital advertising campaign within their companies. But we're going to start off the hour speaking with the CEO of OpenTopic. We're going to be speaking with Christian Jorg. Christian, welcome to Money Talk.
Hey, Jesse. Nice to be here. It's a pleasure.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, Christian, this is exciting for us, but it's especially exciting for Aaron. Aaron is probably the one person that I know that works around content more than anyone else. I mean, he is a content spewing machine in the sense. I mean, he's always going out there. He's always finding the interesting stuff out on the internet and sharing it with his followers, and I happen to be one of those many thousands, and so so I've come to sort of appreciate what the value of great content and what great content can do for a business and for its following. So why don't we start, Christian, by you telling us a little something about yourself and then how you decided to start OpenTopic.
Sure. Happy to do it. So yeah, again, a pleasure to be on the show and to talk to you guys and to your listeners. My background is, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I mean, this is the third company that I started. As you can hear from my accent, I originally came from Germany something like 20 years ago.
Which, by the way, just got voted the top country that we all prefer. Did you know that?
That we all prefer.
Is that because of the Oktoberfest in Munich where I come from?
I think so. It just got in the news. Germany is the location where everybody's turning to.
Really? Well, yeah. That is, one thing I can say though is, when it's about entrepreneurship or starting a business, I think there's still nothing like the U.S. in terms of, sort of letting your entrepreneurial juices flow and build a company. And so I've done it now for the third time with OpenTopic. I mean, we're still young, obviously, but I came to it by my background is in media. I've worked for large media companies as well, including Universal Music and IMAX, the guys that make the large screen movies. And I realized that this thing called content marketing was really starting to blow up over the last years. But what I also realized that it was very difficult for companies to find the right content and to have enough content to share, because it's the internet is great because there's so much out there, but it's hard to find the right stuff. And so that's really is the idea behind the OpenTopic is helping with content marketing and allowing everybody to find the right content that helps them really drive engagement with their website or their social or their newsletters to drive additional business. And that's what OpenTopic does, is find the content through our software and let you curate that content that's already out there. And, we've been at it for about 3 years now, and it's very exciting, and it's growing fast.
Christian, I wanted to kind of touch on something that you just mentioned, and that's there's a ton of content out there. There are millions and upon millions of blogs, and there are websites, and and if you just look at a platform like LinkedIn that now has its own blogging platform within that platform, finding great content is becoming difficult.
Yeah, no, I think that's right, because the good news is there is so much, but the bad news is, how do you find the stuff that really works for you? And so the way we do it with OpenTopic, and the way we thought about solving the problem was, letting you filter through all of that by, really attaching very sophisticated filters. For instance, also letting you find out what is actually already trending on social networks, because if you use it as a company, you want to be interested, you're interested in sharing things that are already generating, engagement by people around the net. And so we want to make it easier for you to make a decision as to what type of content you actually want to share. And, I'm excited about it, because I think today the large companies are the ones that obviously started with this, but I think especially the small business market is going to be a huge market in the future, because they compete on the same level, and they also have to do content marketing, but they don't have the same kind of resources as larger companies. So this is something that I think is going to be a big market down the road as well.
Christian, it's a huge market. I just recently saw Entrepreneurial Magazine quote that we're at, I believe, 52% of entrepreneurs, like the capacity for entrepreneurs. We're not even all the way there, but we're this year we've hit some highs on that, and that includes a lot of small businesses. And what you're talking about is so important to the small business, because a lot of them don't understand, for example, the Twitter analytics. They don't understand how much power they have by seeing real-time data and what the consumer that they want to reach is talking about. Now, when you combine all of this together, how do you come in and say, this is what I do for you? This is how I'm going to help you?
Yeah, so the way we do it is we let you essentially set up your own topics, and that's why we called it Open Topics. We let you curate your topics where very easily through essentially an initial search box you can say, hey, I'm interested in this type of topic. Maybe I'm selling on my website a certain good, and so I want to maybe I'm selling fishing gear. And so I want to find interesting stuff around fishing, and I let you set up these topics. And then once you've set up your topics that draw in content from other websites through what's called an RSS feed, or what's other Twitter feeds, or even YouTube channels with videos, once you've set up your topic, each time new content is getting published by those channels or sources, that will automatically be updated in your topic, and then you can go in and say, this is interesting. I want to put this article on my website, and you can just publish it to your website through a very easy connection, or you can tweet it out yourself again, or you can put it on your Facebook, and you can do all of that within one easy platform. And
I saw it posted that you can create your own newsroom with you guys. Is that true?
Sure, you can create your own newsroom. Whatever is interesting to you, how you want to communicate with your customers.
Christian and Aaron, you've attended my social selling workshops. And
yes.
So I'm going to give you a test. We're going to find out here how well you listen. So there is a slide up there, and it's a slide that goes up very early in the workshop, and it is blank is king. Content is king. That's absolutely right. And
I got a star for that.
And so, for those listening who are in the business of business development, sales, and even the entrepreneurs, the small business owners, you can't, it's not possible to overstate the importance of content. Christian, I heard, and maybe you can sort of speak to this with a little more authority. I had read somewhere that today a consumer consumes 10 pieces of content before they make a purchasing decision. Is that consistent with what you've seen out there?
Definitely, and I think what's also interesting is that the numbers vary a bit, but anywhere between 50 and 70% of the buying decision of a consumer is being made before they either enter a physical store or before they go to a website. So they're making a very large part of their decision before they actually ever get to, trying to go to to make the actual purchase. So if you're a company and you are not involved in that early part of decision making, it's a huge problem for you. So that's why you need to engage around content, because when you're emailing your friend or talking to your friend about a certain car somehow, and you're on the web and you're sharing content, or you're sharing messaging, and you're at the same time looking at websites, if you're not in there as a company helping the consumer make the decision, then it's a big problem for you.
Is this good for a type of company that is either local or national? Does it matter? Because I find, like, for example, the Twitter analytics, at least the geolocation, Twitter has kind of changed that, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, to where, you used to be able to see, like, within a radius who was tweeting. Now I think their API kind of changed that. Can you speak into, like, location and how you would incorporate that?
Yeah, so I think, that the APIs, like you correctly say, they always change, because depending on, what they're trying to do mostly with their, with their ads, that monetizing their own platform, they make changes to that. But I think we've actually found that content marketing can be equally as effective if you're local or if you're national. Where we at OpenTopic specifically actually see some business for us is that local content is very hard, because it's expensive to create still, but it doesn't have as big a market as national. So it's a tough economic idea normally. And I think where we can help is we can find lots of local content, and we do that for some of our customers. And we actually think that's that's going to be a big growth market for us, because it's the economics are always local, and I think being even more in tune with your customer, I think, is really important. And analytics will help you do that. But you also, if you're a local business, you already have a lot of good information about your customers anyway that you want to feed.
So what are some of the features of your OpenTopic platform? You had mentioned that you have a dashboard or a platform that goes and collects information from the internet. Is this all done from the internet? Is this a piece of software that's installed?
Yeah. So it's actually you don't need to download anything. It's purely what's called browser based, meaning if you sign up for OpenTopic, you just get a login and a password from us, and you're off to the races. And whenever we make updates to the software, then those updates automatically will flow through to you. So it's called software as a service, as a business model. And the software is hosted in the cloud, as everybody these days does, which is very cost effective for us and also for our customers. And it's a dashboard, like you said. So we allow you to find the content first from those variety of sources. You then organize it around the topics that are interesting to you, that you want to talk about and you want to share in your content marketing, and then you share it out through your channels. And channels are so fragmented these days, right? You can't just sort of put most of your money or marketing in one or two channels anymore. It really has to go through everything, through social, through the web, through your newsletter. We've been very successful with email newsletters for clients. The sort of email newsletters, people looked at it as not being as interesting anymore. And in fact, it's been really, really successful recently because it's one-on-one communication. But again, it has to have the right content in it. Otherwise, you're not getting engagement. And so we've really helped with that. And then in the end, we have some analytics that will tell you, hey, how many click-throughs have I gotten on this piece of content? How many social shares have I gotten? So what that will help you is to then optimize your topics over time to say, oh, this is not so interesting. I'm not going to share so much of that, but this one is really helping me getting engagement and driving traffic. I should do more of that. So doing all of that within one platform is what we offer.
So I mean, it sounds like a complete content management system, which is, I have to tell you, I mean, we're running out of time here, but I want to share this story. I spend, Aaron, I don't know, somewhere between 15 minutes and 45 minutes every few days, sort of deciding what content I'm going to schedule to go out to my following. And, I tell you that what takes me the most amount of time in going through this process is really finding the quality articles out there. And so having a tool as a small business owner, as a mid-sized business owner, as a large business, having a tool that goes out there and can not only find quality content, but also finds the content that's trending on these platforms, that's pretty powerful.
It is powerful. I know we use that at KCAA. We look for top trending articles that are most likely to be shared.
Right.
Because there are some stories where people don't want to comment, and then you have to change it around so that people will comment and get engaged. Because it's not just about the passive viewer that sees it. It's about getting them engaged. And what do you do to get the consumer engaged on these, on these particular articles?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Well, Christian Jorg, CEO of OpenTopic, thank you for joining us on Money Talk this afternoon.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for having me.
And we'll be back with more Money Talk after these messages.